In this session, we are going to talk about Salesforce interview questions on profile. So we will look at the questions and we will try to find the answers for that question. And while trying to find the answer, we will learn more about profiles, which will help us in having a consolidated and strong understanding of profiles so that we have a good foundation. And let's start with this first question on the screen. So the question is, what is the practical need for creating custom profiles and why can't we rely on standard profiles in certain business cases? So first thing we need to understand here is that there are two types of profiles. One is custom profile, the other one is a standard profile. And we need to understand that why custom profiles are needed when we already have standard profiles in the system. So standard profiles are added by Salesforce. So this is the fresh org I created, and here I can see that these all are the profiles. Okay, these, if I change this to, okay, so these all are the profiles, and which one is a custom profile or standard profile I can identify with the help of this custom column. If this custom column is checked, then it is a custom profile. If not, then it is a standard profile. You can see that whatever is custom, I can delete it, I can clone it, but whatever is a standard, I can only clone and I cannot delete. So if I talk about standard profiles, you cannot modify certain features over there. For example, if I go to system administrator profile and I want to modify any feature, then certain features are locked and I won't be able to modify it. You cannot modify certain permissions over the here. For example, if I go to the object settings here, okay, and let's say for accounts, I added this permission and I want to disable read, create, edit, and delete for this profile, then I won't be able to do it. Okay, these are checked in by default. Although I can control field level permissions, but object level permissions, I do not have that feature. So some features are logged. You cannot modify it to further extent, and that is why you have to switch to the custom profiles, because business use cases do not always align with the standard profiles. Now the next question would be, how should I create a custom profile? To create a custom profile, it's a very straightforward thing. All you need to do is to clone the standard profile. So I can look at a standard profile in my system. For example, if I go back to the profile view, I have a standard profile with the name standard user. Let me open this profile and I can clone it here. So I'll give it a name, custom standard user. Okay, and when I do that, I get all the features which come by default enabled or disabled to the standard user profile. Okay, now if I created a custom one by cloning it, I would have the flexibility to modify it. Okay, so for example, if I go to the object settings and I want to take away any permission, let's say for account, if I want to take away the read permission, in that case I would be able to do it because it's a custom profile and everything is in my hand. So system admins have more control here, and they have the flexibility to read, create, edit, or delete a profile, to add, read, create, edit, delete permissions to a profile as per the business use cases. Okay, so this is why we need it. All right, so we understand that a custom profile is created whenever needed to define the exact minimum permission for that role. One thing I want to highlight here is that in the profile, we try to give the minimum permissions, okay? Because one profile would be assigned to multiple users, and among those users, there might be some power users, and you want to give them extra permissions, but you don't give extra permissions at the profile level. We do grant extra permissions via permission set, which we will talk later. But in the profile level, you give the minimum set of permissions. And if you have any power users, you want to give them an extra set of permissions, you do it by permission set, which we will talk later. Okay. All right. So with this, we have understood that what is the practical need of creating custom profiles and why we can't rely only on standard profiles. Okay. Let's move to the next question.